He mentioned that feast from the Aspen Grill, a
Yes.
wild game feast.
Yeah.
There must be some amazing items that night.
The auction committee has worked very, very hard, and we, again, it will be a more intimate evening. That's our plan. I'm sure it will be there, but we'll have some great things for people to look at too if they're interested in some of those items.
If a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, the phone number, the best number to call is the one you'd given out earlier, the 282-2932 number.
That's correct. And
really
we'll go right into the local organization.
Right.
We'll go right to the people who'll be able to let you know if their tickets are left.
Right.
And you'll be able to get them. And hopefully there'll be a couple left if somebody
Oh,
really
yeah.
wants to do it. I know it's late, but it'll also be a very
Right.
special evening
Oh.
if someone's out there listening.
That's right. A lot of folks, a lot of our viewers here in this area, or viewers in the PD in southeastern North Carolina, can still come down and make it a weekend. I think Charlie highlighted 843-918-5000 is the phone number for the Sheridan. Folks can get the reduced rates of $89 to be here at the Sheridan this Saturday night. What would normally be $149 or more,
Yes.
they can get in for $89 and check in a little early and relax, and then stay a little late on Sunday.
So quite a wonderful weekend,
Yeah.
and a chance to help, as I said, an
Right.
organization that's helping everybody.
Yeah.
That's the American
Yeah.
Heart Association.
Ray, real quick about yourself. Are you originally from the area, Ray?
No, originally from the Northeast.
Right.
Born and raised up in Pennsylvania for
Sure.
the most part, although
Yeah.
I'll say around the Northeast.
Right.
In the early 80s, moved to Raleigh, North Carolina.
Good, yeah.
And then in 1994, moved to Myrtle Beach.
Really good.
Yeah.
What brought you down here?
Well, AVX Corporation
Right.
purchased an electronics plant that Corning owned in Raleigh, and
Okay.
I worked there as a production manager.
Great.
And so I went to work with AVX at that point in time, and then in '94 they brought me here to run the plant they have in Myrtle Beach.
Great.
Did that for several years, and then I retired about 4 years ago, but the last 4 years or 5 years of working for AVX, I ran their corporate human resources group.
Is that right, Ray? Boy, that would have kept you busy.
Yes, it did.
AVX is really spread
Because it
out.
was worldwide, so
Yeah.
that involved a lot of traveling and learning a lot of procedures and how you handled and dealt with people in different places in the world. And
Right.
so it was a lot of fun.
I bet that
Different.
was. Yeah, AVX has made a tremendous commitment not only to the Heart Ball, but last year, as you remember, to the Heart Walk, coming
Yes.
in as a major, almost $20,000 sponsor in the walk in memory of Carol Campbell.
That's
Who
right.
I believe had been a board member,
He
been
had
active
been, yes.
with this group. So AVX, year after year, continues to step up to the plate at a very large dollar amount, with recognizing the fight against heart disease and stroke, as you said, is one that and heart disease and stroke are definitely not discriminating, and folks need to fight back in the same strength and manner.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. You know, as you think through all the great the setup there of having an event that's that much smaller, where there's only 65 tables of 10, you're also in one room where all the auction items are located. So folks who may have been in the past and had to keep going back and forth from their table into other rooms, this year is the year that they can stay all in one room, I believe.
That's right. They can keep right up with their bids, so they know they're going to get that package they're looking
Right,
for.
right.
But that was one of our issues. As big as we had gotten, there just weren't that many places, or really any place, where we could have everything condensed like that. So logistics was an issue, and we hope we'll have improved that vastly by being at our 650 size.
This Saturday night, absolutely.
This
You know,
Saturday night.
for you, Ray, as you think about as you think about an event like that, for you in the past, part of the reason for you of wanting to get out there was not just for the fight, but it is also a lot of great aspects in the evening. Are there auction items that you're thinking about that you and Josie have begun planning that you're going to drive up the bids on a little bit and make sure you all come out valiant?
Yeah, and I'll probably be one of those people who will bid on one of those special dinners that we'll have.
Is that right? Tom Mullally, this Friday you're going to have to catch him on the show.
We have a barbecue that's done every year.
Oh, yes, thank you for saying that. Teddy Henry.
Yeah, and I believe it's 100 people.
He and his wife, Margaret.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And, that is always well received.
Right.
But we like to eat, so we'll certainly look at a couple of those packages.
Right.
And I'll probably have a hard time keeping my wife away from that Chicago trip.
Oh yeah,
we have
that's
friends
right.
there, and that'll be fun to do.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then Harry Pavlak had donated his condo there in Manhattan.
That's
and,
for the New York trip.
The Spirit Airlines has stepped up to make that happen. And of course, when you think about oftentimes auction items, this week, I know the next couple of days you're running all over town picking up auction items. But a lot of folks know that they'll see that. This is the opportunity to get their item or their company in front of 650 locals.
Yes.
That truly could be coming into their location. People wonder, well, why do you want to donate items if it's a down environment or the economy is down? Well, because you have the opportunity to get in front of 650 people.
650 people who are, and I'll use the term, a lot of our people are the movers and the shakers in our communities, and they're good people, and fortunate enough they have the money to do these things, and businesses will want to get their information out in front of them.
Right, right. For viewers who may not have been to a Heart Ball and may not be able to make it this Saturday night, what are some other events during the year that the American Heart Association locally, the Waccamaw divisions, doing that they may want to get involved in, Ray?
Yes, there are three major events for I'll call our adult population, and I'll skip over to one other first and then go back to those. We also have a jump rope for heart,
good,
which is really big in our schools.
Oh yeah,
and students go out, they get pledges to jump rope, and then they get together, they jump rope, and they see what kind of through their homeroom or their class group,
right,
how much money they can raise, and then there's great prizes for them for their schools that they can raise the money. And that is a good fundraising event that's done locally.
Bev McMillan
yes.
and her incredible efforts.
Yes. Now, as far as the adult group go, our fiscal year runs from July through the end of June.
Right.
So our first event after the July would be our Heart Walk.
Okay.
And just this past year, we renamed that to START.
START.
S-T-A-R-T. And
START Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, and the reason for that was that our goal changed from just kind of a one-day walking event to really the need for year-round fitness and a year-round walking program and what it could do for the heart healthiness of our local communities. So it changed its theme a little bit, but still is an event. It normally takes place in September or October. The last couple years we've walked at Broadway at the beach.
Right.
And that's been a fun thing. We've walked through Ripley's aquarium as part
yeah.
of our track. And it is really for anybody in the community who wants to go out, raise some money for the Heart Association, again, for a very good cause, and then get together as a group and have a really fun day. Starts off with some exercises, and
good.
then we walk around for 2 or 3 miles and have a great time. It's a fun day.
That was the walk that for many years was held out at the pavilion on the beach.
Yes.
Not long ago moved over to Broadway at the beach, which has been a great venue.
Yes, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's a well done event, and our whole community can get behind that very, very easily. It'll be worthwhile for anybody who wants to be involved in it. The next event is very soon after that. In typically early November, we have a very unique event. It's called the Jack Monroe Ride-a-thon.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do, we are on the beach at a park,
Lakewood Camping
Lakewood
Resort.
Campground,
yes.
That we get something like 1,300 horses and more than that riders.
That's
all
insane.
on 1 week.
Yeah.
And they all come to ride on the beach and raise money for the Heart Association.
Right.
It's been from year 1 to I think we're just
26,
completed year 26.
Right.
It's been a great event, a growing event.
Right.
It could be as big as it.
$1 million event.
Yeah, but we're limited by how much space we have at the campground.
That's right.
And so we're basically it's a full event each year, and it's a lot of fun for those people who love horses.
Oh yeah.
And like to get out on the beach and have a great time with that.
Right.
And then the final event for the fiscal year is the Heart Ball.
Gala, the big event this Saturday night. Absolutely, the Heart Ball, which is year after year. This being the 14th annual, it really steps out in a much different way, in a much greater way than any of the events locally. I mean, there are some beautiful black tie events, but nothing like the Heart Ball.
Well, thank you. We work hard to keep it that way too. We're we hope this one will be certainly one of our peak performances.
Right, right. And of course, you mentioned the ride-a-thon, Catherine Levinas, who joined the Heart Association recently for the first time. There's been a ride-a-thon director, an actual person from the American Heart Association.
That's right.
Now interfaces not only with Jack and Margot Monroe, but also with Lakewood Camp and Resort.
Yes.
And all the volunteers that year after year, and you hate to begin naming any of them.
Because there's so many.
Because so many. Some of them are your counterparts from all over the area
Yes.
that we know and just step out and really make that a successful event, raising almost north of $250,000.
Yes, it was north of $250,000 this year.
That is incredible,
Yes.
Ray. You know, as you think about this Saturday, for you, the next couple of days, what are you doing? You're obviously running from here to go pick up auction items.
Yes.
What for you as president of the board, you've got a lot going on, Ray.
Yes, tomorrow will be again right before
Thursday,
the event.
yeah,
yes,
right.
so we'll be gathering auction items primarily now, making sure that they're in place. We really can't get in to do most of our decoration until Saturday.
Right.
So on Saturday that will be a very busy.
Rita Siegel Levine and
yes,
all
who
the
does all the
decorations
decorations.
committee, yeah.
Just getting everything ready. So it'll be a day of just getting the last minute things done so that we can have a good event.
I love it. Ray, thanks so much for being with us this
yes.
morning. Great job, and thanks for your service as the president of the board.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Ray Spitz, one of the dedicated volunteers of the American Heart Association, coming up next. Think about this incredibly important fact. Last year, more people died from heart disease and stroke than accidents, AIDS, cancer, and diabetes combined. Think about that. Cancer, diabetes, accident, AIDS combined. More people died from heart disease and stroke than all of those. This is what it's all about. This is why Ray Spitz is sitting here. This is why Jonathan was with us yesterday and Buddy Cyrus will be with us tomorrow. It's all about fighting heart disease and stroke. It's not just about going to a big party and being out there. Two good phone numbers. Take the time. Write them down. 843-282-2932. The American Heart Association's direct line for the Heart Ball. There may still be a couple of tickets available. Some sponsorships. And you heard Charlie talk about it on Monday. Ray and I didn't get into it enough, but it was, if you sponsor this year, you can get involved in a quarterly publication that'll come out all year long to highlight your business and your association with fighting heart disease and stroke. But the other number, 918-5000. If you dropped the ball and didn't take care of your Valentine last Thursday, then you can make a difference this Saturday night. Make it a special weekend. Call the Sheridan, get the $89 rate. Make a difference in fighting heart disease and stroke. There's a reason why it'll be such a special crowd, spending a lot of money that night, and the reasons fighting heart disease and stroke. Ray Spitz.